So you work with Habitat.
Yes.
You can, and they might rehab buildings for you. What about commercial properties or commercial buildings? Do you have any special programs in that regard?
We haven't had that many, okay? Big commercial buildings. Downtown, they have a DDA downtown, and we do have a building down there that's pretty dilapidated, and the DDA, Saginaw, wants it. And we'll probably give it to them, but it's beyond repair. The roof's caved in, and so it's bad. We had a commercial property out in Birch Run that was a little putter golf. Putt golf that went, so we got that and we sold it to a guy on a contract. Now he's struggling, but he gave us some money down, so we got some money. Now we'll sell it on a land contract. Anything we can do to get rid of it.
So the goal is, get it back on the tax rolls, make it usable again.
We got another contaminated property that was a ceramic place, and there's a lot of contamination there, and it's got some other properties that another entity is interested in it for their use, but they don't want the building. So we're working with the Brownfield Authority to say, look, let's rip it down, and then they're willing to give us $15,000 for that property if the building's gone. They don't want the building; they're afraid of it because it's contaminated.
Do you work then with? Do you get brownfield cleanup funds, or those are through the city?
No. Actually, brownfield, our brownfield, the county brownfield does have some money. It's a revolving fund. But I always look at, I'm pretty conservative. Okay, so I don't want to go out and borrow a lot of money, unless I got an entity. If I have a business that wants to go someplace that's a bad, property, I'll be happy to borrow the money, clean it up, and then capture the tax from that establishment, pay off the bonds. That's what a brownfield really does. If you don't have somebody that wants the property and you go in and clean it up, somebody's got to make those payments.
Right, I understand.
Okay, so in our case, another nice part is that we, anytime a land bank owns the property and then we get back in the tax roll, we can capture half the tax for 5 years.
For the land bank?
Yes. So that's a funding source. Now, we don't have a lot of those. We got some, mostly lots and stuff in that. We don't have any big ones, but like we just got a pretty good one this last, in December, in St. Charles. There was an old boatworks. It's been there for years. This guy owned it, and he give it to the land bank, and we give it to this beer line. It's a big, huge demolition, and they're going to clean it up, and they're going to use it. And so we revitalized it. The village is happier in the dickens, and we'll be able to capture half the tax for 5 years. Now that'll be a pretty good capture. I don't know, but I'm saying values.
So your land bank, the funding is going to grow over time.
Yes.
Because some of these properties are returning their tax rolls, and then you can use some of that tax collection to expedite, demolition, brownfield cleanups, whatever. Now, Marvin, we only have a few minutes left.
Okay.
But I want to just ask you a couple other questions real quick. One is, who oversees the land bank? Who you have a commission or a
we
committee?
have a 7-member board. I think it has to be 5. I don't know what number. In ours, we made it 7 members. The law is specific. The treasurer of the county is the chair. It's not elected. It's a chair. You get it because you are the treasurer if you have a land bank. So I'm the chairman. Then we appoint, the board of commissioners appoints the other 6 or 4 or whatever it is that they want on the land bank. I tried to pick people that are community people that will assist us. Like I got the mayor of the city. I got the supervisor of the biggest township, supervisor of another township, Buena Vista, which is a really depressed township too. And then we have just other business interests like this Tom Began for consumers, different people that are interested. Now, we haven't expanded with an advisory yet. That's the next step.
So that's an option.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you, in the seconds remaining, do you have any advice for Kalamazoo? We're looking at what you're doing in Saginaw. We're saying, hey, we ought to be looking at this.
That's right.
What would you have to tell us?
Well, I would say, first of all, you need to do it. I think if we would have had a land bank 30 years ago, you wouldn't see depressed properties like you have right now. It's a wonderful mechanism to do this. And I hope Mary does it, and if she does it, I'll help her. There's other people, there's other land banks that'll help. We haven't, I think there's only 7 or 8, but we're organized and we help each other. And if she needs any help, God, I'll help her.
I'll have her call you.
Yeah, have her call me.
And so what we've been talking about is the County of Saginaw's Land Bank program, and the reason that's of interest here in Kalamazoo is because Kalamazoo County may embark in this path. We've had a change in the legislation that opens the door for Kalamazoo to do that, and that's what we've been learning about this afternoon. Marvin, thanks for coming all the way from Saginaw to be on my program, and thanks for watching Current Events with State Senator Tom George.